I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your feeder flash for Tuesday, July the 11th, where we've got a big week here right in the middle of the summer. And I know it doesn't seem efficient to be selling a lot of feeder cattle in the summer, but most of them are going to get to stay right where they're at least while they're getting sold, because we got big videos starting this week. You got a whole week in the Rockies there on Superior, 233,000 head being offered there. Be some summer yearlings, be a lot of fall calves. And with the board kind of down early in the week, there might be a lot of guys just kind of appraising their calves on there rather than selling them, but they may sell them at a later sale. But we'll see how it turns out. They may sell more of them than we figured. But you look on the Western Video Market, they've got 120,000 head, 3-dayer this week, starting out on Monday. And they had some yearlings really sell high early in the week, and they'll have some fall calves and a lot of those good Western cattle on there. But kind of getting back to business after the holiday week, and you know, we know we're going into a tough time of the year. It's always tough when you get in the dog days of summer. We've got a lot more, not a lot, I would say, relatively not a lot of market-ready cattle, but we're getting into more market-ready cattle than we've had for quite some time. So even though the market is drifting lower on fat cattle, these feedlots need to continue to aggressively market those cattle and stay ahead of the curve and not get behind, so that we can get through the glut of cattle that are going to be going on the show list from now through the middle of fall. But you look on Monday to start the week, your board was lower, but actually it recovered some before the close. It was more lower earlier in the session. But your live cattle futures, the August was down 95 cents. Your fall contracts were not down that much, only 40 to 50. Your feeder cattle were down 35, and they recovered pretty nicely from being down more early, and stove really staved off some pressure from your grains, which were a lot higher, because it is hot and it is dry in the western part of your corn belt there, and we're into a weather market now through harvest. It's just going to be all weather market on your grains. Corn was up 9.5 to 10 cents. We've got December corn up to 4.14 3/4 there on the close on Monday. Soybeans were up 23 to 24 cents on Monday, with November beans at 10.39 1/4. But you look at the weighted average on last week's holiday fat cattle trade, pretty decent movement for a holiday week there. 84,300 head in the 5-area feeding region. Your live steers averaged 117.58, which was down 106 compared to the previous week, but not horrible for a holiday week where that landed on a Tuesday and everybody was kind of busy doing their own thing. Kind of held the market together, and the board was lower last week too. But your dress steers averaged 188.18, down 177. Let's look at some markets on that Western Video Market, which you can watch here through the first part of this week through Wednesday on dvauction.com. But they're having that sale in Reno, Nevada. But did have some yearlings on there, and not way out west, but closer to your farmer feeders and closer to your 5-area feeding region there. You look at some one deal there, the Maddox Cattle Company. They had some big yearlings turned out near Laramie, Wyoming. 500 head of steers, base weight of 860 pounds. September delivery. Now these cattle are the kind, I mean, read and write, but Red Angus. And sure, nothing wrong with that. I tell you, these Red Angus females have been the hottest thing going for the last couple of years. But those Red Angus steers there, despite just outstanding quality, not any real bells and whistles on those cattle. Not all natural. They had been implanted and everything, but still weighing 860 pounds on a base weight for September, 156.75. Look at another deal there, even closer to the feed yards. The McNutt family cattle there at North Platte, Nebraska, 940 head of big steers, weighing right up close to 1,000 pounds. Their base weight was 990 and 995 on 3 different lots there. Now those cattle were all black and heavily Angus influenced, but they were also NHTC or non-hormone treated cattle, so really you could call them natural. And September delivery on those black steers weighing 995 from 153 to 153 and a half. Those are outstanding sales. But you notice the thing about those cattle, they were for September delivery, selling better than cattle that are delivering right now off these double stock pastures that they've got to be off of by the end of the week. And there's going to be a lot of calves starting to move when we get into September, but not a lot of hard grass yearlings there, and so that helped the sale on those cattle. Look at some other Monday feeder cattle markets. Oklahoma City had a lighter run, 5,500 head. Compared to 2 weeks ago, feeders there were steady to $2 lower and calves not well tested. Joplin Regional Stockyards, we're expecting more, but just ended up with about 5,000 head. Compared to 2 weeks ago their feeders were steady to $3 lower, and always get a good run of middleweight calves there, you know, weighing from 4.5 up to 700 pounds, and those middleweight calves selling kind of steady all the way down to $6 lower. But we were kind of expecting that. You look at your real-time index on Beef Market Central, sitting at 141.56, down 266 for Monday sales. And plus the weights dropped a bunch more, so it could have even had a little bit more weakness than that. But you look at some individual quotes out of Joplin there. 179 head of steers weighed 837 at 9:45 in the morning. Just been cattle to bring 147. Now you get up in some fancier type cattle up in the northern plains and some more farmer feeder demand. You saw a tri-state market there at McCook, Nebraska. 62 head of steers weighed 936 at 2:30 in the afternoon at 150.10. Bringing this market to you from Denver, Colorado, where I'm at the Cattle Feeders Business Summit, which is held in conjunction with the Cattle Feeders Hall of Fame induction ceremony, which will be Tuesday evening, and this will be the 9th time they've had that. We'll add another member into the Cattle Feeders Hall of Fame, and you can watch that ceremony on dvauction.com on Tuesday evening. But that's your feeder flash for Tuesday.